Oh, I think it's just another downgrade, and it's an unfortunate event, of course. But I think what's most important is that we look at the words of which Fitch said, and they characterize what the OBA has classified as their OBA jobs and economic turnaround plan as being one that carries risk, and it's risky to the country. I think what we've seen is that the One Bermuda Alliance continues to focus on the international business sector without looking at areas for diversification for Bermuda, which I think is vitally important at this point in time. What we've said from our perspective in the Progressive Labour Party is that we have encouraged the government to look at diversification. We've encouraged the government to invest in alternative energy. We've talked about the government going with online gaming. We spoke about the government also setting up what we call a Bermuda fund, where we take 5% of Bermuda's pension investments and basically set up a seed fund to attract businesses to Bermuda, basic venture capitals to attract people that want to set up here, want to start new businesses in the mobile app design space and other technologies which are growing, to go ahead and do that here in Bermuda. So these are the things of which we put forward. These are ideas that we're putting forward. But I think what is clear is the One Bermuda Alliance continues to remain focused on the economy of the past. And what is most important for our success is that we build and design an economy for the future.
Is there any surprise of where you're expecting this type of report to come?
Well, when it comes to ratings, no. We were expecting downgrades. The fact of the matter is that last year in the One Bermuda Alliance's first year of government, we had the biggest deficit in the history of this country. And this year we've seen that the government is looking to try to narrow the deficit, but we'll see what happens. The fact is that the deficit was 6% of GDP, which is the highest it's ever been. So what we need to do is we need to reverse that trend. And I think the Fitch report was very clear insofar as speaking that the track that the government is taking is certainly a risky one, because they are looking for growth in established industries without taking into effect that the cuts of which they're making to government spending will serve to weaken the economy. And that's why we feel that we need to make sure that we use this period in time to invest in areas of growth which can provide growth for the economy, as opposed to relying on industries that are mature, such as the insurance industry, which requires less and less manpower on island, which means that as a country we will derive less and less from those industries.
What do you say to the critics that say the ratings are a direct result of the PLP's?
Well, what I can say is that the One Bermuda Alliance is in charge. The One Bermuda Alliance has been in government for about 18 months now, and these ratings have happened underneath them. The fact is that the first One Bermuda Alliance government produced the largest deficit in this country's history. That was not the Progressive Labour Party, that was the One Bermuda Alliance's budget, and their first year in office, so the track record speaks for itself. What we need to make sure that we focus on as a country is how are we going to build and diversify. As the opposition, we have put forward ideas of diversification, things that we had worked on when we were in office, things that were left for aside when the One Bermuda Alliance came in office, that were laughed at, but now they're taking it back. We've seen them bring back a lot of the ideas of which we were pushing beforehand. We've put forward more ideas, especially the idea about a Bermuda fund and basically setting up venture capital to get more people on island working in new industries which can build jobs for the future of this country.